Hi everyone, I am so sorry I'm 5 minutes late. I was setting up my fabulous recording studio here in my kitchen. But again, this is just what the life of a Beachbody coach is like. We are work at home, moms, dads, men, women, college students, doctors, nurses, lawyers, police officers, military personnel, whatever. We're just real people just doing real things. I like to say that we are ordinary people doing extraordinary things. And I'm going to talk more about that later, but in case you don't know who I am, I'm drbaska. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And I am the founder of Team Dare to Dream. I am a full-time Beachbody coach, but I wasn't always. I didn't start out that way. I didn't build my business overnight. I started out in corporate America. And one of the things that I want to do tonight is share with you, I want to answer some of the questions that were given to me beforehand from some of you guys, but I also want to share with you what I want you to know about Beachbody. Things that, maybe I didn't know when I started, preconceptions or misconceptions that I might have had about a business like this. And I want to share with you why I should not be successful at this. So let's start out there. I started out, like I said, I was a corporate executive for 20 years. I was brought up to do this traditional, safe thing. I kind of put my dreams of being a dancer aside, my passion, and I went to college and, got straight A's and then got out of college and went right into a corporation and worked my way up that proverbial ladder and got, raises and more responsibility and more responsibility and more raises. And just kind of, I have a question about, is the video breaking up? If anybody else is having problems with that, let me know. And I'll see if I can move to a different place. Otherwise, it might be the bandwidth in your house, Mary. So Amy, Fawn, Casey, let me know if this video is coming through for you. But yes, so I took the traditional route, and I was taught to believe that was what success was, right? That you go and you find a job in a company, you work your way up the ladder, you get additional, titles and raises, and that's what success is. And that's what I had. I stayed at that same company right out of college for almost 20 years. I worked my way up, got, bigger title. I was making really good money. And about that time is when I found Beachbody. And I didn't find it from a business perspective. I found it from a customer perspective. And so, somebody asked me how my husband was able to overcome his diabetes. Well, let me just share with you what Beachbody has done for me and my family from a physical perspective, because that's why we're so passionate about this. When I started working out with P90X, my husband and I started it together. It was probably about 7 years ago, and we bought it from the infomercial, and we were both unfit. I had taken a 10-year hiatus from fitness. I was about a year into my sobriety, so obviously for the past, several years, fitness had not been a big part of my life. My husband, he had never really had to work out. And so over time, he had started to develop, some unhealthy habits, and, his physical health was not good. He was diagnosed with pre-diabetes. He had high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and he was overweight. Myself, I was just kind of frail and weak. I didn't have any physical illnesses, but we both decided to get fit together. So let's just flash forward to today. My husband lost 55 pounds, and he's kept it off for, let's see, he hit his kind of maintenance weight probably about 4 years ago. So he lost 55 pounds, and he's 57 years old, and I'm 48. I have to kind of do the math there. But he's no longer on diabetes medication, he's no longer on cholesterol medication, and he's no longer on blood pressure medication. And how did he do that? Well, this is what he did. About 5 years ago, we started drinking Shakeology, And Shakeology is clinically proven to reduce blood sugars, clinically proven by an independent third party to reduce blood sugars. He also started, doing the workouts. So working out, he lost weight, right? And he did it in a healthy way. And he started changing the way he eats, and he's even gotten so much better in these last couple years with the 21-day fix and the kind of portion-controlled eating that we are now using in our workout programs. But, I mean, the fact of the matter is, his health, his life, I believe, and he very much believes, has been saved by what this has brought into our lives. And we didn't have to become coaches in order to have that, right? But we became coaches because we believed in the products. We were passionate about the products. We wanted to keep using the products. And, oh, by the way, as a coach, you get a 25% discount. So we're not stupid. We don't like to throw money away. So that's really how we came into the Beachbody coaching. So that's how my husband overcame his diabetes. Again, healthy lifestyle will overcome a lot of our diseases of lifestyle. That's what we call type 2 diabetes. That's what we call high cholesterol. That's what we call blood pressure, high blood pressure. They're diseases of lifestyle choices. They are, for the most part, right? So that's what he did. The other question that I had was, what's the hardest part about getting started as a coach? And if any of you guys that are on, if you have questions, type them and I'll look at them as we go. But I'm going to talk about that in just a little bit. But I wanted to share with you, again, why I should not be successful as a coach. Because as I'm thinking about the things that I want to tell you, that I want you to know about being a coach, that kind of plays into it. Like I said, I was brought up very traditional. I was brought up to be safe and secure. I'm not a risk taker. I'd always kind of thought having my own business would be neat, but there's a lot of risk involved in that, and there's a lot of overhead usually involved in starting up your own business. I mean, I always kind of had this dream to be, an entrepreneur, but that's just really hard and it's really kind of scary. And I had a really safe job. We had a safe life, right? So, I had preconceived notions about direct sales, about multi-level marketing, network marketing, whatever you want to call this, as I'm sure many of you do as well. I didn't think that it was a bad thing. Like some people just think it's just outright scammy, which I'm going to, look up the definition of pyramid scheme and you will see what that means. That is not what we do. That's not what Mary Kay does. That's not what Pampered Chef does. That's not what, that's not what legitimate network marketing companies do. We have products that are valuable, and our business would exist without the network marketing aspect, right? So Beachbody existed as an infomercial marketing company. We had products, workout products, and nutritional products long before we created the Coach Network, right? The Coach Network is really a distribution. It's a way of distribution of these products. It's a way of helping get more engaged with customers who are using these products, right? Because you're more likely to do anything if a friend referred you, right? If you go and see a good movie, or if you want to see a movie, you're going to ask your friends, was that any good? Did you see that? Or hey, have you been to that new restaurant down the street? Or, where did you get those clothes? Those shoes are the bomb. You're going to ask people for their referrals, right? That's really what we do. I mean, we recommend products that we love. That's all it is. And I love the fact that the products that I'm recommending have changed our lives physically. So I know they work. I mean, I shared, some hair product that I use on my Facebook page the other day. I shared it because I really like it. I don't get, I don't sell it. I don't make commission off of it, but I just really liked it. So I shared it. And I'm sure some people probably went out and like, oh yeah, I'm going to try that. Okay, that's great. So that's what we do. So why should I not be successful at this? Because I don't believe that I have a mindset to run my own business, or I didn't believe that. I'd always worked for a boss. And as much as I wasn't really loving that working for a boss thing, it was something that I knew. Working for yourself, being the CEO of your own business, has so many rewards to it. But you do have to have discipline, and you have to have, some time management, and, kind of have a schedule. And that's what we give you. I would say 99% of all coaches are working full-time jobs while they're also working on their Beachbody business. And that's exactly what I did. I didn't quit my job the day I signed up to be a coach, right? So, we have these very, we call it a power hour, and here's your checklist. Here's the things you need to do every day to build your business. So we have that. Somebody asked about the cost of signing up, so I'm going to make a note because I'm going to talk about that. So I don't want you to forget that we're going to talk about that. But the other reason I shouldn't be successful as a coach, which a lot of you guys feel like, is, well, I'm not really very outgoing, and I don't really know a lot of people, and I'm kind of shy. Well, I've learned not to categorize myself as shy, but I'm an introvert. And what that means is talking to people face to face, making conversation is not my specialty. It's really not something I'm comfortable with. It's just something that I don't do a lot of. I don't have a large circle of friends. A lot of people that have known me throughout my life, in my community, they might say that I'm a little withdrawn, that I'm not, the loudest, person in the bunch. And that might surprise you, because you're saying, well, you're here on Facebook and you're talking to all these people. So no, that's not what introverted means. Introverted just means that, dealing with people one-on-one, live and in person, is kind of draining, and it's not something I prefer to do. That's another reason why I love building my business on social media. I love people. It's not that I don't love people, and I love helping people. This allows me to do that in a way that fits with my personality type, right? So some of you say, well, but I don't think I could do what you do on Facebook. I don't think I could put myself out there like that. Well, I didn't start out that way either. If you look at, I look at those memory posts that Facebook gives you, where it shows you, this time last year or 2 years ago. I look at some of the posts that I did when I first became a coach, and, they're so different from what I do today. I mean, today, I've kind of just put it all out there, but that comes from the personal growth that I have done for myself throughout these last 5 years as a coach. I didn't start out that way when I was a coach. When I started, I had about 200 friends on Facebook. I was very private. I was very self-conscious, right? I mean, I really cared about what people thought about me, and, I would be very self-conscious about, posting pictures where I didn't look perfect, and, things like that. Today, I've just learned that the best thing I can do for you guys, for the people that follow me, for my customers, for all of my Facebook friends, is just to be real. Because I personally want everyone, to know that you can be your best at any age, at any stage. And, we're not, these unattainable, airbrushed people. We're just real people. So yeah, I'm going to show you days when I don't have all my makeup. Today I happen to have my hair fixed and makeup on, but that's because I'm talking to you and I made an effort for you. So that's another reason why I shouldn't be successful. I didn't really have a head for being my own boss. I certainly am not an outgoing person by nature. I didn't have any experience at building a business on social media. I mean, I had no idea what that even meant. And I think one of the things that I would want you to know as a Beachbody coach is that you can build your business in other ways, of course. We're really not a party company like some other, home-based businesses. They really, that's how they network, is with home-based parties. I would never do that. And I just would never do that. There's no territory. We can actually, I have customers all over the US and Canada. In fact, I just signed up a coach from Canada, Linda Paxton. If you're on, hi. And, that's what I really love, is that, some of you guys that are on here, maybe you're watching, maybe you are a fitness professional already. Maybe you are a personal trainer, maybe you're a group exercise instructor. The really cool thing about this is, well, you don't have to be that. And well, who are you to tell me how to do fitness when you're not even a fitness professional? I'm not telling you how to do fitness in the aspect of, here's the proper form, the technique, here I'm putting together a workout program for you, here I'm developing a meal plan. I'm using plans that are already developed by experts, by world-renowned experts, by the most renowned experts in the business, like Tony Horton and Autumn Calabrese. And so I've got experts that are backing everything I'm recommending. What I'm teaching you how to do is how to get it done. And that's what you have to remember. You yourself may say, well, I don't even know how to get it done. I struggle with my own fitness. I struggle with staying on track. Well, so do I. Before I got involved with Beachbody, I was on a 10-year hiatus from fitness. I've been a coach for 5 years. I have never had a stretch of healthy lifestyle in my life like the one I have now. And I don't expect it to end anytime soon. And that doesn't mean it's because it's easy. That doesn't mean it's because, oh, yay, I love working out every single day. That's not what that means. It means that I know how to get it done. I have a community of people backing me up. The coaching community, just to become a coach, just to be in our coaching community, if you don't do anything with the business, that is worth its weight in gold. Because when you're with that community of people, like we have a coach page for our Team Dare to Dream, and when you're in that network of coaches, you know that, I'm gonna stay on track I know where I'm gonna go if I get off track, if I, kind of fall off the wagon, so to speak. You've got a place to go. You've always got people that have got your back. We always have challenge groups running so that, coaches can jump into another coach's challenge group. Plus, not only Team Dare to Dream, but the whole entire Beachbody coaching community. I mean, you've got all these resources that are backing you up. And some of you guys might be in a lifestyle where, you don't really have anybody supporting your journey. There's nobody saying, hey, good for you, get up and get your workout done, or I know you're super tired, but I know how badly you want to make this change in your life. Or, they're buying bags of chips and Doritos and bringing them to the house, and you're just like, how can I deal with this? That's the way a lot of us are. We have all of this all around us. So we need to have a community of people, right, that can support us and say, you got this. You totally got this. You're not alone. You are doing the right thing. It is the right decision for you to make these choices in your life. So, that's, again, things that I want you to know about being a Beachbody coach. Somebody asked about the hardest part about getting started. And I think the hardest part for most coaches is just kind of getting over that shyness, if you will. And I think even outgoing people have that initial shyness about, oh, well, now I'm a Beachbody coach, and if I start talking about, my workouts and all that stuff, aren't my friends going to get kind of bored with that? Aren't they going to get annoyed with that? Or, I'm not really that big on Facebook right now. I'm kind of not sure what to post. Or you might even have concerns that, you're going to come across as too salesy, right? Because, well, here's the deal. Beachbody is about relationships, and it's about sharing. It's not about selling. So, number one, you're not going to sell on your Facebook page, right? You're not going to say, buy this from me. Here's the link to my website. If you see that, that's just a rookie mistake. If you ever see a coach doing that, that's kind of a rookie mistake, right? Because that's probably your natural inclination is to think, oh, that's what I have to do. But that's not what we do. We teach you in Team Dare to Dream, we teach you how to share, how to, build relationships and not just be a salesperson. That's another reason why I should not be successful at this, because I'm not a salesperson. I had to do sales. I had to do telemarketing sales in my old job for a little bit of a time, and it was the worst. And I sucked at it. I don't think I ever sold anything because I just felt stupid. I just hated it. And I feel so bad for people that have that as a job, because I know they're just doing their job, but it's so annoying. But that's the thing. That's what I thought before about, you know, this kind of business. I thought, oh, you got to be selling stuff. You know, you got to have parties. You got to, you know, but you don't. Not with this. There's no inventory with Beachbody either. You know, I know a lot of, you know, other people that I know that have at-home businesses. I mean, they drive around with trunks full of products. I mean, and that might be nice for you to be able to whip something out and give it to your customer right then and there, but that's also a lot of money you have tied up in product. You know, everything from Beachbody is all done through online procurement. So your customers go to your website, which is given to you as a coach. It all comes with the package. You don't have to go out and host your own website. They just go right to your website, they order, they submit their payment, and it's shipped. That's it. You don't have to do anything but be their support system. That's what you need to do. That's really your biggest obligation as a coach, is to just help people, to befriend them, to be compassionate, to be stern. You know, sometimes we got to have a little tough love and tell people, come on, you said you really wanted this. You said this was important to you. And I know, I struggle too. You know, let's do this together. So that's really what being a coach is all about. Somebody asked about the cost to get started. Well, that's another thing that I wanted you to know about this business is there's no risk, and you really have everything to gain. And what I say by that is, when you get started, typically you're going to use a challenge pack. And a challenge pack is a workout program. It's your first month of Shakeology. It actually gives you 30 days to Beachbody On Demand, which if you've never used Beachbody On Demand, thanks, Dad. My dad said, so inspiring. I love you. Thanks for watching. If you've never used Beachbody On Demand, if you're not familiar with it, it's our new online streaming service, and it was created by the guy that created the Hulu system. So it's really cool. We have hundreds and hundreds of workouts in there. Some of your old favorites, you know, P90X, Insanity, there's tons of programs that come with just that simple membership price. But when you get a challenge pack, you get 30 days for free, so you can try it out and see how you like it. So in addition to getting a challenge pack, which comes with your workout, which comes with your Shakeology, which comes with your Beachbody On Demand, your coach fee, your coach enrollment fee is waived. And so the challenge pack is something that you're gonna probably be wanting to use anyway, because you know, it's going to be your own workout program, your own Shakeology. So you are now working on your own health and fitness. It's not a kit of products, you know, like a starter kit where you get 5 P90Xs and 4 bags of Shakeology and then you're gonna sell these. No, it's your own personal use. That's what you get when you start up as a coach. If you don't choose to get that challenge pack, then you will pay the $40 enrollment fee, and you know, you will get, you know, your products at the discounted price later. But the challenge pack is really, it's already highly discounted, so it's really definitely the way to go. You do have a $15.95 per month business fee, which starts your second month as a coach. And like I said, your business is turnkey. So again, you've got no risk getting started, because, you know, if for some reason you don't like your challenge pack, you don't like being a coach, 30-day money-back guarantee. You just return it. If you decide you don't want to be a coach anymore, you just cancel. There's no commitment, there's no long-term, it's easy in and easy out. So for me, when I became a coach, I liked that, because I was like, I knew I wanted my next workout program. It was going to be Chalene Extreme. I knew I wanted my Shakeology, and I said, okay, so I would buy these things anyway, and I'm gonna get the discount as a coach, and if I don't like the coaching thing, I can just quit at any time. And so when you think about starting up your own business, and again, a lot of you are probably watching this and you're intrigued by the whole business idea, but you may be doubtful. You may be thinking, oh, well, you know, she did that, but I could never do that. Well, I don't want you to think that, but I understand that a lot of people do. And I'm sure I did too. But the fact of the matter is, you know, there's no risk getting started. And so don't be scared about, oh my gosh, if I get in it and then I hate it, then what? Well, you're not committed to continuing with it, right? So I just think that's a kind of a step that a lot of people have trouble making. It's like, oh, what if I don't like it? Well, if you don't like it, then you just don't do it anymore. But I think that, the biggest benefit, and this is something I didn't know when I started out, being an introvert, again, I don't have a large social circle. I did not build my business on people that I knew when I started. I built my business solely on what I've done by reaching out on social media. And I saw other people doing that. Like once I became a coach, I'm like, wow, my upline coach, I'm like, wow, she did all of that as a stay-at-home mom who'd never been in business before. She did that. She became, a million club coach, right? I'm like, well, that's very intriguing. And she gets to make her own hours and be home with her kids, and she gets to work out, and she kind of gets paid to work out, right? I mean, there's nothing like being a coach to hold your own self accountable to your own fitness, and I mentioned that earlier. So that was very, very exciting for me, and I think that's really why a lot of people are so drawn to this as a business. They just want to be a part of the community. I know when I started, when I was introduced to other coaches in my team, I was like, wow, this is the kind of people I want more of in my life. They are positive and they're encouraging and they're uplifting and they're all trying to get healthy, and they're, they're all, they share their struggles. So they're not perfect, because I'm not either. I don't want to hang out with a bunch of perfect people. If you know anybody that's perfect, keep them over here, right? But it just lifted me up. And I know that a place that I was at in my life at the time, I was in a job that drugged me down. I was in a new lifestyle, like I said, of sobriety, so I was still feeling my way around that. I was really kind of, I had no vision for my future, because I knew what it looked like already. It was another 20 years of what I was already doing. So I didn't have a lot of hope and positivity in my life. And so when I got into this coaching community, I'm like, this is making me feel good. It was just making me feel good. And no matter what I did with the business, it was just making me feel good to be around these people. Hey, Nicole, I see your message and I'm making a note. So again, nothing ventured, nothing gained. No risk, no reward. I mean, whatever you want to call it. I mean, if you need more positivity in your life, and if you really do need a healthier way of life, and you need more accountability to that, it's really kind of just like, it's a no-brainer. It's something that, you should do, and I don't think you'll be sorry. I know you will not be sorry. Let me see. Other questions. Yeah, I think I've covered everything. I don't want to keep you guys too long, but let me just recap with telling you where I'm at today. So, I told you why I shouldn't be successful as a coach, and for some reason I have been. And here's why I have been. I have been because I've walked the talk. We have what we call 4 vital behaviors, and I'll just end with this. 4 vital behaviors. Number 1 is personal development. Well, I talked to you about how much I've grown in the last 5 years. The confidence that I have today, the positive outlook that I have on life, it's so different from when I started. I mean, I can do so many more things just from I have more belief in myself than I did when I started. And I was a vice president, I was a senior executive at a company, and I didn't have the confidence that I have developed. And the sense of being okay in my skin. I mean, oh my gosh, I grew up, I had such body images when I was growing up, and so being comfortable and confident in my own skin is like a huge gift. And again, when you're 48 and my husband just turned the light off. When you're 48, I mean, your skin changes, right? It's not like it was when you were 28. So being comfortable in your skin and knowing that you're being the best you can be at whatever age you are, it's a really amazing gift. And that's really a gift I know I like to give to women, and the coaches on my team, they're all like that. I mean, we attract who we are, and we've just attracted an amazing group of women. But today, you know, again, I'm now working full-time as a coach. And like I said, it takes time to get there. You're not going to get there overnight. I built the business. I built the foundation of my business while working my full-time job. I was traveling a lot. I had never been at home with my kids. I worked from the time my kids were born. I worked on my maternity leave. I mean, it was crazy. And these last 5 years, my kids have been in high school. So my youngest son is graduating on Sunday. So I'll be an empty nester. But I've had these last 5 years at home with my kids. And even though they're teenagers, it has been, I don't think it's any less important than it would be to be home with your kids when they're younger. I mean, you know, I used to think, gosh, you know, the time has passed. I missed that opportunity, but I didn't. You know, I still had that opportunity. And you know, to be able to have summer, like they're home during the summer, they're home on breaks, they're home on snow days, they're home, you know, all this has been such a gift. So, you know, that's been something that has been the biggest reward from being a coach is again, that accountability to my own fitness and the personal growth, as well as just the freedom of time. I mean, you know, why do I do this? I mean, why am I so passionate about it? Even, you know, it's the time. I mean, with my kids, with my husband, you know, my husband has his own business and he's also a coach along with me. So we run this business together. I mean, we're so much closer now, I think, you know, because we aren't going in opposite directions all the time. My parents live close by. My dad, if you're still on the call, hey, they live 1 mile away. And, you know, my mom retired a couple years ago and, you know, just with health issues and things like that, I've been able to be with them, you know, during hospital stays and doctor's visits. I mean, my mom just completed her treatment for lung cancer, you know, radiation and chemo. So I was able to be there with her at every single appointment, every single one. And she went to radiation every day for 6 weeks. I was able to go with her. And, you know, I don't know what they would have done. I don't know what I would have done. How would we have made that work when I had an hour commute every day to my other job? In addition, like I said, I shared it on my wall somewhere that, you know, my first paycheck as a coach was $30. I was really excited by that, right? I mean, anytime you can make money doing something that you would be doing anyway, that's just fun. Because remember I told you when I started, it was just fun. It just felt good. Anytime you can make money doing that, it's like, yay. I mean, I was making a 6-figure income in my corporate job, and I would call my husband like, I made $30. I got a $30 commission. Yay. I mean, it's so exciting to be able to be rewarded for something that is so meaningful, right? So meaningful. But today, I mean, I've shared an income post on my page. I don't want to freak people out by numbers, but I'm making double what I was making in corporate America. And it took me 20 years to make what I was making when I left, and it's taken me 5 years to make double that. You know, not everybody's going to hit those kinds of numbers. It's just, you know, it's just not going to happen for everybody. But everybody, and the only reason it's not going to happen is just because, you know, some people are going to get in and they're not going to put that effort in. But I'm telling you, if you put the effort in, like I said, even an hour a day just to get started, if you have the passion and you're willing to kind of follow the path that we give you, because that's the thing that I did as a coach that really made me successful. I showed up every single day in the training that my team offered, that my upline team offered. I did what they told me to do. It wasn't always comfortable, you know, getting used to using Facebook more as a business tool than a personal tool. I mean, that took a little getting used to, but you see my page, you see your coach's page, the people that invited you, you see what their Facebook page looks like. It's still incredibly personal because fitness and health and bodies, that's all a very personal thing, right? So going back to sales versus sharing versus building relationships, if you're going to be successful as a coach, you just gotta get into that mindset that you're here to build relationships with people and help people, right? And so that's that's really kind of what I wanted to share with you about being a coach. If you have other questions, then feel free to post them in the comments of this thread. This video is recorded. It'll be up for anybody that didn't get to see it live. So if you want to share it to your Facebook page, you can. If you know somebody that you think could really use more of this in their life, then tag them. You know, we would welcome having you guys a part of our team. Like I said, it's not something where you're going to sign up and we're going to forget about you. When you become a part of our team, Team Dare to Dream, you're going to be in our coach page. You're going to be a part of the family. We're going to get you started on the path that you want to go, however you want to go. If you just want to focus on your fitness and say, I'm going to get started as a coach because I want that discount and I kind of want to do something with this in the future and I want to be a part of your coaching community, we're going to just focus on your fitness. We're going to get you into one of our challenge groups. We're going to make sure you're successful. You know, if you want to learn the business, we've got, you know, new coach training that we can, you know, that you can do at the pace that you want to do it. If you want to go fast, we got a course for that. If you want to just kind of take it easy and ease into it, we got that too. So, you know, it's whatever you want it to be in your life. And that's the important thing. It doesn't have to be like mine. It doesn't have to be like Fawn's or Brooke's, or I see some of you guys on the call. It's yours. You make it be what you want it to be. We're going to give you the tools. We're going to give you the support. The most important thing is you. That's where we're going to focus first, is on you, on growing you, on helping you be your best with your fitness, with your personal development, achieving the goals that you have for your life. And that's really what being a Beachbody Coach is all about. It's helping people achieve their goals. It's helping change people's lives. And even if that life that you change is your very own. So with that, I will leave you. Thank you so much for joining us. And welcome to the team, Mary. I'm so glad to have you on board. I'll talk to you guys later.